Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the real Super Mario Bros. 2. Back in the day, while the B team was working on Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels, and the A team was working on Zelda, they had a few other ideas, because one of the things they would do, and one of the ways that Nintendo was structured, and this is still true in several ways, is they would just kind of come up with ideas, right? They would just do stuff. And they would just make stuff. And they would just be like, and they would like store ideas, either in terms of literal code or just like something on the board, right? It's like, let's try something like this sometime. And so they would just kind of try all kinds of fun little things. And one of the biggest things they were really trying to do was to have this concept of a vertical level. Remember, the very idea of a scrolling level in Super Mario Bros. 1 was actually considered revolutionary, but they were already thinking, well, we want to scroll in other directions, right? We want to try different ideas and different concepts. How else could we do this? What other directions could we take this in? Maybe vertical? Maybe vertical would work. And so they tried to throw together something for that. And they came out pretty recently, pretty early on. They decided, let's make this one of our Mario games, right? Super Mario Bros. Is doing really well. Mario Bros. Is doing really well. Mario Bros. Versus is doing well. We've got Lost Levels on the way. Let's go ahead and make this our next Mario game. And so they started working very kind of piecemeal, essentially on the side, while working on other games, on the elements that would go into Super Mario Bros. 2. Then this company called the Fuji Television Company came out to them and said, hey, we want you to go ahead and make a game to help celebrate something for us. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, we want you to make this game for something using the Yume Kojo, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, mascots. And so Tanabe specifically developed the Mario game they'd already made into this game, which became Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic, which actually sold very well. So they were already kind of workshopping this game a little bit for release into the West because it sold well, and that makes sense. And Lord knows the NES had reached the point now where it was doing pretty well in the West. Now, I've already talked about a lot of this before, so forgive me for the repeat. But it's about, what is this? I'm not sure the exact year here. Hang on, Walker. So they were looking at this, they were like, man, this game, it's neat and all, but it's missing something. You know, we never did get your next Mario game because your next Mario game sucked. So, their words, not mine. So, why don't we go ahead and turn this back into a Mario game? And the developers at Nintendo jumped on that idea because they thought that taking the Mario game turned Doki Doki game back into a Mario game was a great concept. So they turned it back into Super Mario Bros. 2, refined a lot of the platforming, changed around the graphics, the animation, added a few little tidbits of additional story and presentation, ejected several. They did what I would normally refer to as removed negatives from the game. If I ever actually sat down and reviewed Doki Doki Panic, then it would review worse than Super Mario Bros. 2. Naturally, you'd probably look at this and being like, Lord, you've already reviewed this game. Well, yeah. Or have I? See, here's the funny thing. Those of you who know me know that we have a bit of a rule. And that rule exists for a reason. We don't... The exact version of a game we cover changes the review. It changes the score, right? We just saw that. We played the All-Stars version of Lost Levels, therefore the score was better than it otherwise would have been, right? And because that's the whole purpose of our review system that we've designed, is that those little details matter. But the catch is, we still live in a reality where time is finite. So generally speaking, we're not cool with running every version of a game just to change up the review slightly, because of the fact that that's just going to kind of be a waste of time. It's mostly going to be just repeat content, right? So we only allow repeat playthroughs if it's something where there's a substantial amount of difference, such as we just did with Super Mario 64 on the DS, which was a remake of Mario 64. So if you jump back to the year 1988, it's about 3 years after Super Mario Bros. Has come out. They're having trouble even getting Super Mario Bros. 2 on the freaking shelves. but they also had landed the marketing gimmick of the NES era with Super Mario Brothers 2. I want you to do me a favor really quick. In your mind, picture the box. I should have pulled my copy out. I'm not even sure where exactly my copies of Mario 1 and Mario 2 are. If they're like right here. No, they're not. Okay. Picture in your head. You know what? No, I can do this because this is important. This is important. I've got to do this build up proper like, okay? See, the thing is, video games were new at the time, right? Nobody really knew what the hell they were doing. And I mean that's logical, right? There's a logic to that. Here we go. Yes. So there's a logic to that. So they were just kind of making it up as they went, right? And that makes sense because they had no idea what they're doing. And why is that a thing? That's so strange. So when they came out with Super Mario Brothers 1 in the States, it was part of the we're just trying desperately to make sure that games get sold. So it looked like this. And you look at that, and that looked honestly pretty much like any other cartridge. There was nothing really distinguished or unique about it. It was just kind of there, right? Nothing fancy, nothing flashy. In fact, if you looked at this alongside pretty much any of the other black box games, you know what I'm talking about with the black box. If you don't worry about it. Then there's nothing that really makes it look anything different. Yeah, all of the original NES games had all the original black box games pretty much looked like that. When they were pushing 2, Nintendo of America said, hang on, we've got an idea. And so they got a different team, and they got a different person involved, and they got some new custom artwork involved, and instead what they came out with was this. Now, I've actually talked about this exact same concept over in the Mega Man coverage, which we did about a year ago. And back in the NES era, and to an extent in the SNES era, the cover of the box sold games. This is what sold games. This is what made people rent games, right? Like, this is how this worked out. This is how people went into things. They would go there. There's no, review site. There's no IGN. There's no nothing. There's a couple of magazines, we'll talk about this, there's a couple of magazines, and so they would go out and they would look at the shelf, and if they saw these two games side by side, statistically speaking, the big, bright, primary colors game with the good, with the artwork on it, and is probably going to be picked up faster than the thing on the left, whatever it is. And so kids, and we talked about this with Mega Man, because remember the difference in the box art between Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2 was gigantic. So Same difference, right? Mario 1 and Mario 2. And Mario 2 caught people's attention like that. And people in the States jumped on Mario 2. In fact, Mario 2 actually sold better here than it did there in several respects. Now, obviously, that's a bit of a distorted figure at this point because, for some reason, they don't keep track of sales per era. But the point remains, Mario Brothers 2 sold so damned well, people had trouble actually keeping it on the shelves, literally. There were iterations, I talked about this last time, there were situations where rental places were having trouble purchasing copies of Mario Brothers 2 just to rent. So it was selling like crazy. And of course, all of this was, yeah, I know, right, Tully, is it? All of this was spurned even further onwards by Nintendo Power. The very, very first magazine that they ever pushed out, whose sole purpose was to be a vehicle for being an advertising mechanism for the NES and later the SNES. Now, I could actually do an entire series on Nintendo Power and its rise and its fall. All you need to know right now is the original purpose behind Nintendo Power was perfect. It was exactly what it needed to be. It was an entire avenue of getting information out to the player base, which also was for the grandparents and the parents, the adults actually buying these games, so that people could be like, aha, and know what's what and where and why and how. And the mandate that the people that made Nintendo Power were given was very, very simple. You have to cover this kind of stuff, and they would be told which kind of games to cover, but otherwise just have fun with it. And they did. Nintendo Power did a lot of fun relevant, interesting... What in the heck is that? Oh, neat. I'll look at that later. Thank you, Dakota. Relevant... so they did all kinds of relevant, cool, fun, interesting stuff in Nintendo Power. And that's awesome. And so Nintendo Power, the first issue ever, Nintendo Power, was all about Super Mario Bros. 2. So between the box, the already existing framework, and the fact that the NES was taking off, and Nintendo Power, Super Mario Bros. 2 was a monster. All of that was happening all the way back in the day. But that's not really the game we're covering, because I want you to actually instead jump all the way back to the year 2001. Now, if you remember, we've actually already kind of told this story before, but during, God, I don't know where to start with this. During this era of Nintendo's development, there were a lot of developers who had been under the hood, working at Nintendo, to some extent or another, for years at this point. In some cases, over a decade. And a lot of them looked back at the crap they made when they had hardly any idea what they were doing and no resources to do it and said, God, that's such terribleness. I wish I could go back and make it better. That's how we got Mario 64 DS, among other things. It also was what was the mentality that led to Mario All-Stars. But the thing is, it also led to another game that I'm not sure many people are even aware of. So, remember the rule we started with. The version of the game has to be sufficiently different to actually warrant a replay. And as it happens, this is sufficiently different. This is a remake of the original.
Let's go! Choose a game! Super Mario 2!
I mean, even looking at it already, you're probably aware of, like, it probably already looks different. Especially considering there's actually voice acting in it.
Choose a player.
Notice it actually shows their stats there on this screen. So that's neat. We'll start with Mario.
Here I come.
We've also got the full layout of the stages there. So, we've got the coin coverage, but if you're familiar with Super Mario Bros. 2 at all, you're probably already aware of the fact that this is different from the original. Literally on the first screen.
Here I go.
Now, in addition to the obvious stuff, like they added the giant Shy Guy, or the fact that you start small, or the fact that you get an actual heart from this thing, or the fact that the music is actually different, or the fact that there's this bouncy thing that's there. There's also the fact that the controls are different, and the physics are different. Put simply, this game controls a little bit closer to Mario Bros. 3 than Super Mario Bros. 2. So, this is still a remake. It's still primarily the same game, but as you can see, there's already differences. And you notice we've already gotten 2 hearts. One of the things that they did when they were balancing this version specifically is they had changed mentality. Some of you who are familiar with the games we just covered may or may not be aware of the fact that one of the guiding principles behind them when they were designing most of their games back in the day was to design games for the hardcore crowd. This started to go away pretty much from Mario 64 and onwards. And from Mario 64 and onwards, the mentality kind of shifted more towards what I can only refer to as accessibility. Wanting to actually have more and more players actually playing their games, as opposed to, you know, just the elite few. So, while the original Super Mario Bros. 2 is actually a pretty hard game, all things considered, let's just be honest with ourselves, this is not. I actually anticipate we'll be able to play this and beat this without no cheats or anything, which I fully anticipate to beat me back in the face when we're done. Other than the obvious fact that the stages are still mostly the same, you'll notice there's more tufts of grass, and the way in which you can attack enemies is a little bit different. Oh, and also while we're on the subject, you get hearts quicker and more frequently. There's also a lot of obvious graphical changes, which I'm not going to cover. Although the brickwork is, in my opinion, substantially improved. I'll accept that.
Here I come.
Also, there's our, and zone lines are checkpoints. I can manually turn down the brightness if it'll make you feel any better.
What a tasty treat. Here I go.
And see, there's our health up. Oh, the GBA, most GBA games were designed to be extraordinarily bright. So this is actually innate brightness. It's just, you generally didn't even see this level of brightness. Oh, did you notice, by the way, that was a second mushroom, which is not there in the original. Every stage had a second mushroom that was added to it in order to give another opportunity to get a health up, or to have a fourth health throughout the course of the stage. Just gonna wait for a second.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me go ahead and fiddle with this for a second. Hello again, Percy Plays. Okay, so let's see. That's here. That's a good question, Starscream. If you mean for the GBA version is a fairly large jump forward from Super Mario Bros. 3. But I know that's not quite what you meant. Give me 1 second. Hang on. What? Oh, whoops. Hang on. Sorry. Hang on. There you go. Is this better? I'm joking. You're gonna have to guide me though. It's only gonna affect you. So like we just lower the gamma straight. We can try to fiddle with the contrast. Kind of pull that up, and then we kind of pull this down a little bit. We make it grayscale. Actually, yeah, Canada Banks, with very few exceptions. Mario 3 is still in that mentality. A lot of people remember Mario 3 fondly, pretty much specifically because of the fact that Mario 3 is a well-designed game. There we go. It's like right about here. Contrast is easy, but this is contrast right here. So I like pull that down. Yeah, Mario 3 is still hard. Exactly. And Mario 3 is still designed to be a hard game. The difference is Mario 3 is also a fairly well-designed game, and so there's a lot of power-ups, there's a lot of permutations to how the stages progress. There's a lot of, like, you can use, there's a lot of one-ups, there's a lot of coins. You can use the power-ups on the world map, you know, stuff like that. Okay, we'll go ahead and stick with that for a bit, and let's see what we think of that. Oh yeah, we actually have to have the ability to save our game. These are completely new. Yeah, the backflip thing. Yeah, new animation, new graphics. That's all the obvious stuff. The stuff that would usually be covered by a remaster. But as you can already see, even in just stage 1-1, the position of the platforms, the position of which items are where, there's a whole lot of little changes here. Each stage has effectively been remixed. Or reimagined might actually be a better way to put it. Yeah, more sound effects too. And of course, obviously the voice acting, if you can count that. Speaking of which.
This is as far as you go.
Yes, that is the canonical voice actor for Birdo. I don't see any issues here. Yes, I would absolutely say this is the proper sequel, unlike, you know, Mario Brothers 1. Oh yeah, I was going to make that analogy too. Oh yeah, they completely changed the math on the probability on this, by the way. Notice we already have 8 lives, which is way more than previous. Oh yeah, you can also bet more. Which I just lost everything for betting more, so that makes perfect sense.
Choose a player.
So now we'll show off Luigi for a bit.
Here we go.
How many of you in chat, random question, I swear I'm going somewhere with this. How many of you in chat would consider Empire Strikes Back a more proper sequel to A New Hope? How many of you would consider Return of the Jedi to be a more proper sequel?
Yeah.
And yes, Birdo is now canonically trans, although back in the day she was just a she.
Piece of the cake. That's great. Yay, luck. Yay.
Now, neither of those are really answers that matter in the strictest sense of the word, because it's all about personal opinion and personal preference and all that. But the reason I bring it up, is... Oh yeah, they changed how Phanto operates too, that's what I was going to call. The reason I ask is because it shows something about your mentality. Because Empire Strikes Back is, in my opinion, the superior sequel by a huge margin. It takes the original story and runs with it. Return of the Jedi is Star Wars 2. And, in my opinion, that's, you know, less interesting. Not that I just think Return of the Jedi is a worse film or anything like that. It's just, that's where it is, right? So this gets back to oh, Jesus. This gets back to the argument that was just mentioned, which is the actual sequel to Super Mario Bros. 1. Super Mario Bros. 2, which is a different thing, or Lost Levels, which is the same thing. Make sense? I don't know where you put your bombs.
Oh, mamma mia. Choose a player. Here we go. Lucky.
I mean, Super Mario Bros. 3 could be argued to be the true sequel. Although, that is arguably both at that point. It is both its own new thing, and also more of the same. By the way, no judgment intended if you prefer one or the other. That's not the point of the question. I only ask it because, again, that kind of ties into your mentality on the matter. Again, for me, I personally would prefer Empire Strikes Back and Super Mario Bros. 2 over Return of the Jedi and Lost Levels. But that's just me. And I admit there's a bit of hindsight going on there. But I will also admit that with the advantage of experience and time, I generally prefer that when a story does something new, for lack of a better way to put it. Oh my god, my nose itches so much. Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop playing as Luigi because he sucks. It's because I'm dying because I'm playing Luigi. I need to stop doing that. Anyways, Luigi sucks. as usual. Now this version will, come on, get a negative in a way that the original will not. I apparently just cannot get past this screen. I've been playing balls hard games all week, and I cannot get past the frickin' first goddamn screen of 1-2. What's wrong with me? Die. Give me a heart.
Here I go.
Go away. Yeah, those are sniffets. Okay. Go. Go. Anyways. But yeah, it's hard to... it's hard to properly explain. Because I'm an idiot and can apparently not even talk right now. And I'm trying to just get through this stupid screen. I just want to get past this stupid screen. Get him away, get him away. Ugh. Okay, we got past the screen. Jesus Christ, that wasn't even a hard screen. It wasn't even hard. Why am I so crap? Die. Die, die, die. Okay, so, now that we're done freaking out.
Thank you.
Get the heart there. Oh yeah, you can pick up hearts now, by the way. I mean, the game controls so differently. It's not... I can't even put into words.
Thank you. This is as far as you go.
Sure.
Oh.
I'm gonna check something on my interface really quick here, because... I'm definitely not using an emulator, and I would never do that. But my input's a little bit weird. I'm trying to figure out why. Do I have... I do have autofire on, but it's not there. So that shouldn't be affecting it, and that's not there. Huh. Weird. Whatever. Maybe it's just the GBA, I don't know. It's always at least one problem, right? Anyways. Yeah, like there, I was just sitting there mashing Y, or A or B, or whatever the button actually is, in order to shoot the damn thing, and it's like, no. So, if you're asking when Super Mario Bros. 2 got animation of voice acting, this exact version of the game, the GBA version of the game.
Choose a player.
So you notice that Peach has like worse stats in pretty much every way. Well, there's a reason for that. Unlike in Mario 3D World, which we played not too long ago, her horizontal reach with that is crazy. Yeah, she can do this. It's about 2 solid seconds of just being able to hover in the air. I also noticed the enemy placement is a little bit remixed compared to the original. Yeah, she can just make that job. Now, there are a couple of rules to it. You can only initiate the hover while why does it keep doing that? You can only initiate the hover while going up, not while going down. So, for example, I'll try to demonstrate in a second here. Oh, maybe you can. Never mind. Ignore me. I'm completely wrong. So, you only have one flight per... also, this is a warp pipe, obviously. I just pointed out. We're not doing warp pipes, obviously. Thanks. You gonna go away, Ninja? So I could go through the door? Thanks. Jesus. No timer, by the way. Did you notice that? So, there we go. So, at any point, once while in the air, you can access the second hover thing. You just hold it down. You can access it on the way up, and you can access it on the way down, like that. It gives a lot more control overall of your maneuverability. Let's pause for a second. And yeah, that's power up resets when you touch down. One of the originators of the concept, by the way. I don't know if there was something that did the double jump before this, But to my knowledge, this is the origination of the double jump. Used in Devil May Cry, used in Celeste, and used in every other game in the history of the universe. So I don't know what exactly inspired the resets when you touch ground mechanic, but here we are. I need to get a second water. Okay, so let's give a version exclusive negative. Balloon fight doesn't exist. Hang on, I need Drakaji taken up back and shot real quick, please, and thank you. Cool. All right, so as I was saying, balloon fight doesn't exist, right? Cool. Camera. I have no memory of Metroid having a double jump until Prime, I want to say. Even still, I don't think Metroid 1 had a double jump. Feel free to check me on that. I don't know Metroid 1 as well as I do every other Metroid game. God, that freaking... Just pause that for a second. Okay, so the camera. As much as I like this version of the game, and, you know, I think it's worthy enough playing, the camera is doing that thing where it's not only zoomed in too much, which is the GBA problem in general, but it's also doing that thing where it's, like, wiggles around a little bit around you. It's the Donkey Kong Country thing. I hate that crap. Metroid 2 had a space jump. Okay, so hang on. So Super Mario Brothers 2 came out in '88. Pretty sure that predates it. But let's double check our dates. So Metroid 2 Return of Samus came out in '91. So yes. Predates. Anyway, all right. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say that was a minute ago. So the camera sucks. Itemization is clearly better. Go ahead and jot that down. I'm not sure what we think of the voice acting. Voice acting is not inherently good or bad. It's just another option for positives and negatives. I do think the new animations are delightful, honestly. So I'm going to jot that down under animations. I think the brickwork is much better. The point where we might actually give a double brickwork positive. Like, I mean, just look at the background of the stage we're in right now, for God's sakes. Most of the original Super Mario Bros. 2 had the black screen or the blue screen approach to backgrounds, as opposed to, you know, having anything in the background. So even though this looks like a fairly basic little, warehouse, it is something. I'm with it. Can approve of something. Now that I think about it, I guess the camera would be a negative in the original too, because of vertical stages like this. Luigi is still optional hard mode. I can't argue that. Like, he threw me off my groove so hard I had to actually pause the game for a few minutes and also switch to Peach. Oh my god. No. Just go up the thing. There you go. Peach actually kind of sucks to play as. I know that sounds strange. Because you're like, but she's got the hover. Yeah, but she is playing as if she is on ice. That's the easiest way I have to describe it, I think. Like, she plays as if the air has no meaning for her. There we go. Oh yeah, so I mentioned they changed Phanto a little bit. So the biggest change to Phanto is actually a seemingly small one, but it was done as a bit of a quality of life change. The idea is that in the original, you probably are aware of the fact that once you put down the key, he kind of lazily leaves the screen, right? But he can still damage you while that's happening. In this version, the moment he leaves the screen, I'll demonstrate this, watch. Well, okay, maybe not here. This is a terrible place to do it. Come on, Phanto. Trying to show something off here. So you notice how he gets bigger? It's because he's actually coming towards the player, effectively. Whoops, wrong button. In other words, though, and this is the relevant part, he stops having collision the moment you put down the key, so he cannot hit you as soon as you get rid of the key. There are a surprisingly large number of little changes like that all throughout this game. Little refinements. Well, we're dead. Dead while being invincible. Whoops, I didn't mean to keep playing as her. Whatever. You know, now that I say it out loud, I said that Mario 64 was the end of their mentality towards playing towards the arcade crowd. I think it was actually Mario World was officially when that became a thing. Thanks, Bowser. I think Mario World was the exact moment they were like, you know what, we want more people to be able to play our games. So why do you think that way? Whoa, Starscream. If that's true, we need to give a lot of other games a negative, too. My interpretation of Bowser? Yeah, sure. So there's a thing called the Mario RPGs. That.
Here I come.
Okay, I know, that's not what you were asking. So...
Here I go.
Oh, God, I don't know how to summarize him. Okay, so... There's a scene in Super Mario RPG. Bowser's castle has been taken over by an evil group of people. Cool. I disagree with that, but sure. But why? Hang on a second. My Y button is actively being weird, and I don't know if it's the emulator or if it's the game. Yeah, like that. That shouldn't have happened. Okay, hold on. Hold on. That's really weird. Give me a second. Up, down, left, right. A, B, L, R. Select start. Okay. See if that changes anything. So Bowser is really sad because the evil people have just taken over his castle. So he takes his troops to go take his castle back and fails. So he's sitting there feeling sorry for himself and crying. And then he sees Mario. He's like, oh crap, it's Mario! Oh, gotta play it cool, gotta play it cool. Okay. Oh god, Mario's still there, standing there. I gotta say something to him so he doesn't realize that I'm Sup? Oh god, no, that's the stupidest thing I could have possibly said. Why did I say that to him? Okay, I just gotta play it cool. Just gotta play it cool, Bowser. Yeah, get out of my way, short stack. I got stuff to do. Stomp, stomp, stomp. And then Mario's like, okay, whatever, and tries to go through the stage, and can't, and Bowser comes back and says, aha! I knew it! You need my help, don't you? Well, tell you what. I'll let you join me for the sake of getting through this door, and I'll figure this out, and I'll help make this a thing. Any questions? No problem. Bam! And he breaks up in the door. He's like, yeah, I know what you're thinking. I'm super awesome. Ain't it great? Oh, thank God he helped me join. Okay, let's go get my castle back. And that kind of combination of adorkable and awesome, combined with someone who is legitimately probably the single strongest person in the setting, just kind of makes him really delightful. Why would I ever play as Luigi? I mean, I would never play as Luigi. Never. Oh yeah, then he frees it in prison chain shop. Because, you know, why not? So you have to understand something, and I don't have a better way to put this. Bowser is only a character in the RPGs. He is the best character in the RPGs by a huge margin. But he is only a character in the RPGs. Okay, what is going on with my controls here? Let's see around Dakota.
Choose a player. Here I come.
I mean, Ganondorf's an evil wizard who wants to conquer the land.
Here I go.
Bowser's a dork who likes playing on piano. And going, peaches, peaches, peaches. I'm exaggerating slightly, but, like, that's... Yeah, no. There's no relatability to Ganondorf.
Choose a player.
Yeah, Ganondorf is evil. Bowser is not. But anyways, so getting back to your question, Federation Builder. So, I don't have a good way to explain this, but every now and again...
What the say? Lucky.
No, ignore the movie for a second. Bowser... He's two characters being on the game. It would be more accurate to say that there is no cohesive character in most of the Mario games, except for the RPGs. So all the RPGs fit pretty neatly with each other in the overall canon. You know, the RPG canon. And the characters are consistent there, and well presented, and blah, 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 blah. And then there's everything else, which does whatever the hell it wants to, and actively resists continuity. Like, there's the fact that Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels has the exact same story as Super Mario Bros. 1, shamelessly, says all I think it needs to be said. God damn it. Says all that needs to be said about the nature of how they tend to approach story for the mainline Mario games. Sounds right? Imagine if every episode of Star Trek was an Elseworlds. Go ahead, get your jokes out of the way. Other than, like, the movies. And the movies just perfectly fit with each other. Yes, I know. I realize what I'm saying. I mean, if you find that sympathetic, that's your business, Federation Builder. But I am going to have to ask you to come over here. Everyone, we need to arrest Federation Builder immediately. He's one of them! Yeah, the story of this game is it's all just a dream, which is dumb. And also not true. It was intended to be true, but it isn't true. It's been since retconned into oblivion. And almost every single creature of this setting, or this game, has been dragged back out into main Mario canon since then.
Just what I needed. Here I go.
Wart, to my knowledge, has never actually left the Dreamverse. Because he only shows up in games where it is also a dream, like Link's Awakening. Which I'm pretty sure is done on purpose. Thanks, Bowser. Oh, what? Okay. But put very, very simply, Federation Builder, if you're trying to add consistency across the mainline games and the RPGs, then you have failed. If you're trying to add characterization for Bowser in the mainline games, then you have failed, for there is none. He is a non-character.
Mamma mia! Choose a player. Here I come.
I'm not actually sure why I'm having trouble with this.
Here I go.
I might need to test something here in a minute. See what kind of issue we're having. Yeah, he's got to have his bombs from somewhere. That just makes sense. I mean, streamer curse is a real thing. But no, like, my Y button which is the pickup button, is literally not working right, and I'm not sure why.
Choose a player. Here I come. Yeah. Here I go. Yeah.
Like there. Like, I didn't throw the bomb there for some reason. And I don't know why. Or there. No, it's up it come. The good ones are too long, and the short ones are too bad.
No problem.
The best antagonist from this time period?
Choose a player.
You mean as of the GBA? Or of Super Mario Bros. 2? 88.
Yeah. Thank you.
No! No! Why? I got physicsed. Ah! Ah! Yeah, as I say, in 88, like, we had Mother Brain, Bowser, who was a non-character, Ganon, who was a non-character. Mother Brain, like, was a literal non-character, it's just a friggin' brain.
Thank you. I'm moving now.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you meant non-Nintendo games. If we're counting non-Nintendo games, then Dr. Wily is also a non-character at this point. There is no avoiding. Those poor Shy Guys. There's no avoiding the non-character curse. Like, name a villain who has any kind of characterization in the NES-era.
Thank you.
Let's see, we've got, Mike Tyson, who doesn't have a character. Let's see, we've got Dr. Wily, who is an evil scientist trying to take over the world, and that's as far as that goes. Oh, no, I've got it. We've got Jacchio, whose motive is that he's evil. We've got Mateus, whose motive is that he's evil. Let's see. Let's see. Garland, of course. Cloud of Darkness. Evil, evil, evil. Yeah, Shredder wanted revenge. For some reason. Dracula, who was evil, of course.
Just what I needed. This is as far as you go. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Thank you.
You know what? Let's flip this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's really not a lot of villains in this era. So basically, the only metric we have to gauge a villain's quality is how cool they look.
Choose Choose a player.
By that metric,
Here I come.
coolest looking main villain of the NES era. Has to be main. Before you ask. Nobody can remember the main villain of Dragon Quest 1, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6, or 7, or 8, or 9, or 11. And nobody's played 10. Hi, Evo. Oh, Jesus. Listen, Dragon Quest 2 is the best game ever made. Okay, is she not looking? She's not looking. Okay. Oh, God, Dragon Quest 2 is so terrible. Nobody was as surprised by that as I was. Holy crap. I mean, Dr. Wily did have the Albert Einstein look going for him. I mean, some people remember Pissarro from Dragon Quest IV, but he wasn't the villain of Dragon Quest IV. So, you know. This is my life now. I regret everything. I regret everything. Well, yeah, because he decided to destroy humanity, obviously, Compalooza. But like I said, main villains only. Well, I was gonna play Mario Bros. 2 next anyways, to be completely honest with you, just to complete the set. Just do a casual audit and see if our opinions have changed at all. But when I was setting up for the Mario 2D block, I realized that this version is noticeably different in several respects, and therefore might actually qualify for an audit, so here we are.
Just what I needed.
Having gotten up to Stage 2, or Stage World 2, or whatever this is, at the moment I would say that this is most likely going to be an absence of negatives game. You know, a remake that doesn't really add a lot of positives, but definitely adds a removal of negatives. Go away. That's a good question, isn't it, Ross?
Thank you.
Yeah, I was debating the audio spam thing, because
Finish you off.
he will not shut up. Or jump, apparently.
Mamma mia. Choose a player.
So in other words, the only game that's out right now on World Magnus is Mario Bros. 1 and 2, right? That's my job to come up with a Mario Brothers, 2, aka 3.
I'm gonna finish you off.
Also, video games barely exist as a concept, and I'm an idiot who knows nothing. Let's see. Yeah, this is the remake on the GBA. You got nothing. You got less than nothing.
Choose a player. Here I come.
I should probably just play as Peach. That's what I'm most used to.
Yeah. Here I go. Oh,
It's okay.
yeah, yeah. Here I go.
Who, Ross?
Yeah. Ha. Lucky. Lucky. Oh, no.
I disagree with that, but sure.
Yeah. Here I go. Yahoo!
No, come back. Okay, fine. Ah! Really, game? Really? Nice oasis in the background.
Lucky. Here I go.
Oh, that sucks, Evo. I would have liked to take that course. Instead, I'm giving that course. Every day of my life.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I'm moving now. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I mean, that's an interesting question. Who's the best pro tag? Once again, that would be purely visually, right? Because, you know, who looks the coolest? Because none of them have any characterization. Like, none of them. Explain Link's character to me.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
By the way, I'd answer Mega Man.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Alright, so in the interest of fairness, Link has received a character since then. But again, we're talking the NES era, and only the NES era. So, explain to me Link's character in Zelda 1. I think Mega Man looks cool. He can even change color. Hang on. Okay, we almost got soft locked there. We're cool though. We're cool. Everything's cool.
Here I go. Yeah. Just what I needed.
Samus actively looks terrible in the original Metroid 1, in my opinion.
What did they thank you?
So, no thank you on that front. Like, she's a total badass and is really cool in some of her modern games, but in Metroid 1, out of her suit, she looked like an 80s swimsuit model. Which is appropriate.
Step right up. Get you ready to get toasted.
Not what I would mentally think of as Tri-Clyde's voice, not gonna lie. Oh sure, I just nailed that one in one try. Alright, cool. Let's see, coolest looking pro tag on the NES. Other than Rock.
Choose a player. Here I come.
actually thinking Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. I mean, that's the point, Will of Alex, is that this is a remake of 2. Whoa, hello. Unless you mean when they called it that, in which case I don't really have any arguments against that. Hi, Blue of Alex. Strider? He looked alright. Although nobody remembers him. Also, the Bionic Commando looks kind of cool. But then again, he did have a bazooka. Do you, Evo? I turn all visual questions back around on you. Evil laughter. Toad's deal in 2 is that he doesn't... Well, I'll show off his stats in a minute, but his stats are almost universally worse, except he is much faster, and when he's carrying certain types of objects, he is even faster. Whoa, okay, that was strange. Yeah, Evo, do you have a bazooka? I could really use one right about now. Yeah, no, almost every speedrunner uses Toad almost exclusively. Okay, camera. 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 No, we're just reviewing Mario Advance 2. But if I put Mario Advance on the thing, people will be like, huh? What's that? Oh, shoot. God damn it! And now I gotta go all the way back down again. Ah! And back up. Alright, so. When you offer a game for review, can it be in early access? Depends. I always... The way that boils down to it is, you know, caveat emptor, right? If you're not sure... You know, if a game's in early access, it may never come out. And we are a lot pickier about those than we used to be. So there's a little bit of a question mark in every case. Having said that, there's nothing inherently against the idea. But I will not review a game that's in early access currently. I don't review games until they're actually out. Okay. It's broken. Like, if Satisfactory got funded right now, I wouldn't review it. If Valheim got funded right now, I wouldn't review it. Or V Rising is another example. Uh-oh. No, run. Just run. Just run, just run. No, Ross. Oops. Oh, that was worthless. That was actually worse than worthless.
Choose a player. I'm gonna finish you off.
What the heck is Ultra Kill? That's Birdo. Our second Birdo, specifically. Of like 4.
Choose a player.
Yes, I would. Like, if you magically fend a PS5 game right now that is PS5 only, I'll be like, sure, sure. And I'll just kind of sit on it and be like, yep, yep, yep. And then it'll come out on PC. Ah!
Choose a player.
Shouldn't have bothered. I do like crack. I do crack every day. I mean, pretty much every PS4 and PS5 exclusive game, with like 4 exceptions, has come out on the PC already, so I don't really see the reason to go ahead and buy an extra machine and spend the extra money on something for effectively no reason, you know? That's all. So other than the obvious graphical changes and voice acting changes and physics changes and changes to the balancing of the units, the biggest changes to this game, Pika, are all minute, minor things that if you're not familiar with the series, you probably wouldn't even notice.
Choose a player.
Like the placement of specific enemies and items and blocks and just all that kind of stuff. Like someone went over the levels and remixed the stages themselves. The biggest and most obvious change from a purely gameplay perspective would probably be the camera change, which is pretty demonstrably worse, I would say. Yeah, it's another thing. I'm not really in a hurry to buy a console for one game when I have 7 trillion other games to review that's already in the queue. You know? Well, that was a terrible guess on my part. Okay, that was a terrible aim on my part. This turned out great. Okay. Cool. I don't know. I've never looked into it, Pika. Sure. I mean, give it about a year, Roxy. It'll probably happen. Sony's pretty good about porting things around right now. Unlike Nintendo. Get on it, Nintendo. Well, sure. That's... What? Oh god, that's funny. You can't actually. I know, Nintendo doesn't have to and never will. Until I take over the world, obviously.
Choose a player.
Stuff like that is another thing that's new to this version, Pika. The giant POW blocks. The giant everything, actually. Giant enemies, giant POW blocks, giant items. However many we just saw. I think there's 7, Ross? It's actually not a particularly long game. I'm just doing extremely badly at it. Like, this is the funniest thing, because for the second time in a row, I've gotten to one of these, like, underground segments and just run into a wall because I just keep dying over and over. It's always with the bombs, too, I notice. Screw that up. Come on. Or that, sure. That's cool. This is a very short game, yes. We might not beat today, but... Games with negative golden numbers I would consider good games. No. Well, let me walk that back. No game we have currently given a negative golden number would I consider to be a good game. Now, hypothetically, And I know a lot of people disagree with me on that. Because, you know, that's life. But yeah, if a game goes into the negatives, by definition, the point is that it is no longer net positive. Come on. Take your time. Yes, call him Palooza. Obviously, since we're there now.
Choose a player.
The jump button was just like, no, I'm going to take a break if that's cool with you. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me know when you're back, jump button. Whenever you're ready, you know, I'll just be here. I have no idea, Pika. What positive would you argue, Blue Wolf Alex? Unless it's significance to the gaming industry, in which case we've already discussed that one. But if it's not, what's your argument? What's your God damn it. That's so frustrating. Oh well, let's grab these. Yeah, no, I can think of plenty of games that would probably score worse than they should. Because if you only play the content you're supposed to in some games, then those games get noticeably better.
I'm gonna finish you off.
And the way I phrase that pretty much gets across my opinion of that idea. Like, a game doesn't get credit for it if, you know, you have to avoid some of the content of the game in order to make the game better. Having said that, yeah, I'm pretty sure games like FF10 will not actually score net negative. That camera. Oh, that camera. A negative per ultimate weapon. I mean, if you think about it. Yeah, let's bet everything on one roll of the dice. Let's do it. Nothing. Perfect.
Choose a player.
Oh. We'll see, Percy plays. I haven't decided yet, is the truthful answer. Oh my god, Blade Javal. Blade Javal, Blue Fox, are you the same person? You can tell me, it's okay. Your secret is safe with me. That's not true. I'd oust you in a minute. I'd just be like, oh my god! Yes! There's actually a mod to get rid of the 200 lightning bolts. There's just a mod for that one thing. Just that one thing. I don't know what else to add to that. You know? That would explain. This is a dig at myself, not you. That would explain why we never agree on anything. Pull up, Alex. I don't remember how to get all... Like, there's the chocobo races, there's the butterflies, there's doing blitzball for 50 hours. Slight exaggeration. Lightning dodging. How can I forget lightning dodging? How can I forget lightning dodging? Ugh. I don't even remember half of them. Like, that's... I don't know, I'm one of those weirdos who got the ultimate weapons just to say I did it, and then immediately stopped using them because my customized weapons were arguably better. At least for what I was going for. Like, we actually talked about this the last time we streamed it. The ultimate weapons are actually pretty damn good. But, depending on your specific strategy and setup, custom weapons are usually going to be better. That varies from character to character, though. Yeah, so back in the day, everybody on, like, the forum boards and the... I guess I'd say, like, the mail groups, all used to talk up chocobo racing like it was the worst thing ever, right? And that one never bothered me nearly as much as several of the other ones. I did not mean to do that. That was funny. I mean, it's not like the ultimate weapons are bad, and again, they all have the break damage cap, too, so if you've got the stats to back that up, they're worth it for that alone. I actually like this section of the stage, because it's very, very easy the first time up, and then much harder the second time down. Inventive. Let's go through the wrong door. Very important. This is all part of the process. I mean, there's a few monster arena bosses I could see it for too, Starscream, but yeah. And of course, if you're going for penance, which, by the way, no, we're not doing on camera. Yeah, I'm not that crazy. I am very crazy, but I ain't that crazy. I've beaten penance once. That was sufficient for me. Unlike some challenge mode stuff, I'm never doing that again. That is such a waste of my time. It's really funny, going back through this, you can really see the bones of the verticality thing they were trying to push. Just kind of indicative of early Nintendo, really. Or modern Valve, if you prefer. Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Choose a player.
They wanted to push the tech, in other words. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm gonna do, Blue Up Alex. Like, yeah, so this is the penance fight. Ding, ding, ding. Alright, moving on. God, screw that fight so hard. I would say penance is worse. No, I didn't see your question at all, Evo. I would say penance is worse. Game.
Choose a player.
Than Ozma. Because penance commits the worst sin a boss can commit, in my opinion. It's boring. There is no real strategy to penance. There's no setup. There's just follow the script. How did... But it... What... Okay.
Choose a player.
I thought I answered that, Evo? Either way, no. They all play rather differently. So Toad is much faster and has lower jump. God damn it! I just get into a death spiral, don't I? Toad is Blarg, Luigi is Blargy, but also Blagargy. Mario is Blarg, Blarg, and Blarg, and Peach is Bleeg, Blog, and Bloog, but also Blarg. Any questions? Yeah, Toad picks things up faster than anyone else. Peach picks up things up slower than everyone else. Peach has the hover, which I'm demonstrating right now. Constantly go up. Peach also has the lowest jump by quite a margin. Mario has good stats and everything, but does nothing particularly well. Luigi has the squiggity from hell, even in the air. But Luigi also jumps very high compared to everyone else. And then, like I said, Toad lifts things very, very quickly. He himself is very, very quick. And he's actually even faster when he's carrying something. So he's kind of the speedrunner choice there. And yeah, they all control like they're on ice skates. Every single one of them.
Choose a player.
Well, it's easy, Colin Peluso. Who made Metal Gear Solid? If that doesn't answer you, I got nothing. Wow, Talia, one person made a whole game? That's really impressive, honestly. Jesus Christ! Ah!
Choose a player.
Yeah, no kidding, Starscream. I know I've told this story before, but I quite literally fell asleep fighting Yzma once. I mean, this would be much worse without this being the GBA version. I still had like 10 lives lying around and health ups like that all over the place, which were added pretty specifically to try and compensate for the other issues this game has. But it still plays very much like... ice physics isn't quite correct. If I was to describe this, I would describe this like playing on melted butter, which is just a little bit different. Well, this song is extraordinarily repetitive, but the main theme I actually rather like. And the ending theme is honestly legit. This is not the ending theme. Oh yeah, also enemies give you hearts, like in the original. Yes, I did, and I even answered you, Calabaluzzo. And then you ignored me! How could you, Calabaluzzo? What? What? So the short answer I gave was, who made Metal Gear Solid? The long answer is, we as a species have a tendency to get hit by a boss. Oh wow, I cannot believe that didn't hit me. To affix like an accomplishment of like a large group of people just to one person. You know, who made Jurassic Park? Oh, Steven Spielberg. Well, you get it. Yeah, Gene Roddenberry Star Trek, which is funny because that's actually a lie in that case, but let's not get into that. So, yeah. The reason why Miyamoto is so well known for Nintendo is because he's Miyamoto. He's the big obvious face of the company. Yeah, who made the Diablo rewrite? Evo, obviously. And that was the victory shot, too. That's great. That was the victory shot.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly. We shall go together. Mario Kingdom Hearts. Or don't. Or don't. Shoot the damn thing. God dang it, game. I like this boss music. Favorite game developer of all time? I assume you mean a team and not an individual. Because if it's an individual, the answer literally has to be Concerned Ape. Like there's no other choice there. Toby who?
Choose a player.
So I believe we're on World 4 now. So let's show off Toad a little bit. Now we have actual ice physics. God. This friggin' stage. This is the point at which I would usually quit playing Mario 2, by the way, back in the day. I'd play up to World 5, and then I'd put the game down. So there's our, Sunshine Syndrome line. Whoa! And see you around, Devo.
Choose a player.
Hey, Valerian. Jump! Jump! Is it just me? Am I just dumb? Is that what this is? This. Listen, I'm just saying, Birdo is a fine-looking woman. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so whoever wanted me to play Toad on this level, I think I've satisfied that requirement. Wow. Okay, that shouldn't have even worked that way. Alright. Okay. Yeah, what do we think about the voice acting so far? Real question, because we do have to review it. Good for the time. 2001. Deliberately annoying is still annoying. Audio spam is a real problem. And yeah, there's a lot of audio spam going on here. That's almost assuredly going to be a negative. Please give me like a health, a 1-up. Anything. I'll take it. What, Savicom? I used to do sketches of Mario Brothers 2 bosses because I thought the ideas behind like Claw Grip and Triclide were just cool. Oh my god, Savicom. Let's get some 1-ups. Oh god, this frickin' stage. This, I kind of hate this stage. Back when I would do actual full playthroughs, I think I talked about this last time I streamed this too. This is the point at which I would usually game over and then put the game down. If I was going for a full playthrough. This would be my wall. Because I suck. Like, first you have to get through the gauntlet here. Then you have to do the whale section. Ah, damn it. Gordon Ramsay exists, Colin Paliso. And I've never seen, like, anything about him ever before. Like, I know he exists. That's the full extent of my knowledge on that. So let's see. Walls in other games. So I don't really have one in Mario 3. In Mario 1, it's World 7 or World 8, depending. Yeah, in FF7, it's right before we do the last dungeon. Or before I hit Crater. Oh god, and we're dead.
Choose a player.
We're gonna switch to Beach for a second. In Mario Sunshine, it would be probably the moment I hit the roller coaster area, which I can't think of the name of. You know the one. The one that involves me plummeting to my death for no good reason.
Choose a player.
There is no such thing in Mario World. There is no such thing in Yoshi's Island. In Metroid 1, the wall is picking up the game to begin with. In Mario 64, it would be the moment I finish Lethal Lava Land. I just talked about that. Look, all I'm saying is that the last time I played Metroid 1 was so long ago, I'm gonna have to put thought into it. Because I'm not sure how long ago it was.
Choose a player.
Let me think about that. When was the last time I played Metroid 1? I know what you meant, Ross. I played Zero Mission the day it came out, and I've played it since then. But NES? Yeah, I think I can actually trace to when I was, about 7, I want to say? As the last time that I played Metroid 1 on the NES. So, that. It has been, 3 36 years? Give or take, since I have played Metroid 1, so that'll be an experience. Not gonna do the warp pipe. Because we're, you know, no warping this. What we'll probably do with Metroid 1 is actually something very similar to what we just did with Lost Levels. Ow. So we're gonna be like, okay, so we're gonna play for X amount of time without a map. Depends on if it's an actual remake or not, Silent Fox, since we've actually already reviewed Super Mario RPG. So there's no real reason to recover that ground.
I'm gonna finish you off. On you.
Question mark, Blue of Alex? What do you mean? Yeah, I'm just waiting for a modern port, that's all.
Choose a player.
Like, I'm waiting for Prime 2 and 3 to come out on, you know, the Switch or something. Why? Okay, whatever. Well then I misspoke because I don't know where that's coming from, Blue of Alex. Oh, there it is. God, I could not see that. Yeah, Skyward Sword hurts to play, and Metroid Prime 3 hurts to play. No, I am waiting, however, for Prime 2 and 3 to come out on, you know, a modern system before I actually pull the trigger on the Metroid block, that's all. Although, something I've been putting more and more thought into, when I get caught up, because getting caught up is more important, is to, oh my god, those frickin' flurries. It was something I've been putting more thought into, is to separating the primes out completely, and doing the Metroid block, without doing the primes. Because who knows how long it's going to be before Prime 2 and 3 get a re-release, right? God damn it, I just got that elf! Frickin' flurries! Here, come over here and die. Okay, you're dead. Moving on. A legitimate reason why Nintendo is so stingy about their shop. No. I shouldn't say that so definitively. I don't know. If there is some actual legal reason for Nintendo to be as Nintendo as they are about things, I don't know what it is. Like, the easy answer is they're a Japanese company, and Japanese companies are always kind of Japanese about the way they approach their IPs. But past that... Ugh. Come on. Okay. Because that's true in everything. That's not just true in video games. That's true in the way they handle their films, the way they handle their shows, the way they handle their books, the way they handle their music. Japan just has different laws and approach and philosophy to things like copyright and licensing and how long it takes for things to expire and just all kinds of crap like that. Yeah, these frickin' flurries, I swear. I accept that.
Choose a player.
like the GameCube controller quite a bit, actually. Like, it's not my favorite controller of all time, but it's up there. Probably like my 4th or so. Maybe 5th. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. God damn it! Alright. Now, you've definitely heard me speak ill of the Wii controller, which can go directly to hell. A statement I stand behind very firmly. Oh my god. Okay, we're okay. Not what I wanted, but I'll take it. COVID, Talia. Hello. Sorry, I shouldn't joke about that. Anyways, any thoughts on the idea of... Oh, god damn it, I just got that heart! Of dividing up the Metroids into 2 blocks. The Primes, and, you know, then everything else. I mean, it'll push the Metroid block further forwards. It's arguably a bad thing. It means the queue magically grows. Even larger! There's no escaping the queue. Sure, I can make that work. It'd be even funnier then if, like, I'm like, alright, let's play through the Metroid 2Ds, and then, like, it's like, hey... That's when they announced the remaster.
I'm too hot to touch.
Oh god, no, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what they do. They'd be like, alright, here's Prime 4. It's like, oh crap. God dang it! God dang it, did you see that? It's like, there's still one heart up here. Let's grab that really quick. And then lose it almost immediately! Oh my god, why do you exist? I'm not too worried about it, Talia. I sure hope so, Columboloso. Correct. None of the hearts, all that stuff's new. All of that recovery stuff is new. I was actually checking the review. The original 2D, the original Super Mario 2 we already did. And, I bet everything. And, so far, this game has been an absence of negatives for several things. But, frickin' camera. It's just so bad. I apologize to anybody who's being bothered by it, by the way. I didn't realize it was going to be this bad. That's completely on me.
Choose a player.
know what's funny? Peach is always touted as the easy option, and it's obvious why. But, like, for lack of a better way to put it, I'm not 100% sure I agree with that. First of all, anybody who's played Peach knows she is the squirreliest of the four by a large margin. In the air, at least. But second of all, it's, I don't know. In my mind, something that gives the player more choices and more options for how to control their character feels like a good thing, not a bad one, you know? But that could just be my mentality in general. I prefer to be more in control of the character unless... Whoops! Well, time to let my fate be at the whims of reality. Would you believe to this day I don't remember where, like, any of the mushrooms are past a certain point in this game? Hey, Melkor Blade. Yes, I've been enjoying the real Super Mario Bros. 2 better than I thought I would.
I'm ready for you this time.
And also worse. Because that's just life, right? Yeah, it's just... I guess that's true. Giving the player more control could arguably make something easier, but that just feels like a strange statement, doesn't it? This game plays better. Therefore, it's easier. But then again, that ties into that whole idea that, you know, worse games are better, or excuse me, harder. Lost everything. Because they're, you know, because they play worse, right? This is one of those stages that I always remember, because as a kid I thought, oh, it's an easy stage after all the nonsense I've just been through. No. This is one of those stages that doesn't look as hard as it is, and is much harder than it looks. I mean, if you want to see true hard mode,
Here we go.
I'll show you hard mode.
Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah.
Squiggity has been engaged. What's funny is he has a lot of aerial control too, similar to how Peach does. The difference is he can't freeze his vertical height like she can. Okay, sure, I'll accept that. Honestly, and I was actually thinking about this, I would say Galaxy 2 might be one of the squiggitiest that Luigi's ever been. But that's purely from memory, and I also was, you know, 100% in Galaxy 2, which involves playing with Luigi the second time. So... might be some bias speaking there, you know?
Piece of the cake.
Give me health.
That's great. Yeah.
And then more coins to gamble away. No, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, Jesus. At least there's no timer. Alright, Luigi, we got this. No, Jesus. New Super Mario Bros. Death and New Super Mario Bros. 2.
Choose a play.
The DS and the 3DS of the new series, specifically. And all other factors being considered equal, I do kind of intend to do exactly that this time around.
Thank you. Yay!
Okay.
Yay!
No specific reason why I didn't know. Just kind of ended up that way. I mean, it's probably the same reason I don't really spend a lot of time on my DS or my 3DS.
Yay!
Enjoy, Bragwin. I'm kind of in a weird place when it comes to handhelds, as of, like, being 30 and onwards, I would say, at this point. Nope. In that I don't really have a lot of availability to comfortably play DS or 3DS games. Like, I don't have a couch, and this chair, you know, my work chair, is not what you would call well-suited for playing a handheld game. Like, it's actually uncomfortable. So I tend not to. Which means I don't really have a circumstance in which I can play it at all. I can play it on my bed, briefly. But only for a brief period of time. Because, you know, eventually my arms get tired. Yeah, no, exactly, Valerian. Like, it's a really banal, mundane problem. It is the dumb reason why I've been wanting them to put a 3DS slot into the Switch for years, so I could just play my 3DS games either on the TV or on the Switch.
Choose a player.
Now we gotta do the whole stage again. I don't know why that one shy guy ignored the freaking giant POW block. That just... Sure. No, I do not call him Peluso. There's a reason why I say if they actually put a 3DS slot on the Switch too, then that's my pie-in-the-sky request, aka the thing they will never do. Although, if they released an adapter, that's a little more likely to happen. Still probably not going to happen, but I agree, I'd buy the crap out of that. I would take it one step further. If they let me play my DS and my 3DS on the Switch, done. That is a gargantuan library that I would love to have access to on the Switch. I have so many DS and 3DS games, and there are several I'd like to replay someday, which, well, I just mentioned my stupid problem with not being able to play. Yeah, I'm just gonna eat that. I'm just gonna eat that too. We're just gonna eat everything today. This is all your pain buffet. That's an enemy?
Choose a player.
I don't even know what that is. What hit me? Honestly, I'm a little surprised there hasn't been like a retro adapter for the Switch on, you know, the non-official market, right? It just feels like that's crying out for a market. No.
Choose a player.
You were supposed to jump, Peach. I know you have this, like, religious conviction preventing you from jumping. Vines are half the reason I prefer to play as Peach. No joke. The hover's nice, but no, the real benefit is being able to recover on the vines. Okay. Still haven't cheated. No save states, no nothing. No!
Choose a player.
Here's a random question for you in chat. Do you think this game would score better or worse than the NES version? Random question.
I'm gonna finish you off. Ah! Would you?
Alright, let's gamble it all. Here we go. I'm feeling it.
Choose a player.
I should never be allowed to gamble in real life. Just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Oh, okay, that's a thing that happened. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god! Just getting enemy spammed here. Ah! No! Hi. Yeah, I gotta get some coins for that sweet, sweet gambling. They were just like, die! Die! Die, Lore. You don't belong in this world. Well, I guess you're going on an adventure now. Oh, God. And we're dead. Okay, now let's just get through this minefield, more or less literally. Oh god, we're on the tree level. Oh, come on! And we're dead.
Choose a player.
Yes, this is where Bob-ombs first entered the series. Second time, Luigi was playable and substantial. First time, Peach was substantial. Not the first time she got her name, though. I accept this. God, what else? First time the hover concept. There's actually a lot of firsts in this one. Of course, I can't remember any of them right now. Which the four is my favorite to play as? Well, I'll give you 4 hints. The first 2 don't count. Alright, this is where they came up with the pickup concept, which they would run with in Mario Bros. 3. Well, that was completely worthless. First Shy Guys, obviously. He earned that one.
Choose a player.
Yeah, first appearance of Birdo. The bombs. Like, most of these enemies haven't really made much of a comeback. They'll only show up periodically, but Shy Guys and Bombs are absolutely everywhere. My first computer game? That's actually kind of debatable. So, rather than answer for which my first computer game was, because that's going way back into the Dark Ages, when what is a computer is kind of vaguely defined. Cherries get you invincibility stars. Oh, gosh.
Choose a player.
Leave it to me.
Choose a player.
Leave it to me.
So, the truthful answer is I don't know. Because the earliest PC game, excuse me, the earliest computer games I would have played would have been really, 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 really early on stuff that kind of looks like Atari stuff, you know? Stuff with ASCII art. Usually puzzle games or the like. And that would have been early 80s. And always playing on someone else's computer. So I don't actually have an answer for that. But if we go back to just the first game that I played on like a computer that I actually owned to some extent or another, then, oh my god, come on! Leave me alone.
Choose a player.
Leave it to me.
Mario 3 or Mario World, Lord Harriman. Probably Mario World, honestly. If you want to know if you like a 2D Mario, then play Mario World. You cannot be telling me that dinner's already ready. You can't.
Pizza's here. I just steal your bed.
Why are you stealing my bed? No. My bed is being stolen again.
Not cozy bed.
I'm glad you like my bed.
Cozy bed.
Then it's time to steal it back. You'll never keep it from me.
Hug.
Oh, you're hugging me? Then I will hug you back. Never,
Hug down.
you're mine now. Well, okay, because you asked nicely. Here, you ready? Ugh.
Yeah.
Hug.
No, I did that.
Oh, down. Right, my bad. There you go.
Yeah.
Wait, no, you can't steal my bed. We just made friends. Friends don't steal other people's beds, right?
I am a friend, but I'm both.
Oh, so you're my enemy and my friend. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Okay. Ah. You're not a cat. You're not a cat.
Yeah.
You are not a cat. Why are you a cat? Why are you a cat? Why are you a cat?
Yeah.
Explain yourself. Explain yourself. Why are you... Cats don't steal my bed. Only zombies steal my bed. See? That sounds like a cat, not a zombie. Liz, shh, Savacom, she doesn't need to know. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you hissing at me? No, why are you clawing at me? Why are you clawing my leg? Here, I'll give you scritches. Come back here, cat. No, no scritches for cat. Okay, no scritches.
But can you try pretend the king doesn't want you?
I will pretend that I am pure evil. Defeat. Aw, hugs. Okay, I'm not evil anymore. See, she keeps me not evil. She gives me hugs and I'm not evil anymore. And then she attacks me. Why are you attacking me? Why? Why are you hissing at me? Here, can I show? Can you stand up for a second, please? Here. I just want to show off your cool outfit. There, look at this. Can you even see this?
Yeah.
There you go.
Get this.
We're gonna pull you up a little bit, ready? Yeah. There, see, she's got this ladybug dress thing going on, and then she will be tickled. Oh God, no, she's tickling me back. What do I do? What do I do? I'm dead.
I'm dead. Medicine. I put medicine in your belly.
You put medicine in my belly?
Yeah.
I am now all powerful.
Hug.
Hug.
Destroy.
No, don't destroy me immediately after hugging me. I'm so confused. All right. Yes, it is dinner time. So go upstairs. I'll be up in a minute, okay? Go on. Go on. I'm going to go ahead and chop off. I know this is... Well, no, I could just reheat dinner, can't I? But then I don't... Dinner is extremely early, and it's always frustrating to me. Like, dinner's not supposed to be for another hour. I had time to beat the game. We're like 3 worlds from the end. Ugh, whatever. I'll see you guys.
I'm dead.